Oh, right, because it technically closed right now.
Oh, is it? Yeah, 6.
We're doing this after hours.
There you go.
We're getting exclusive up in here. Angry Joe here, and I'm with, what's your name, Jim?
Brandon Adler.
Brandon Adler, nice to meet you. With Obsidian Entertainment. We're here checking out Pillars, obviously, of Eternity. And I'm addicted to Kickstarter, so it's really cool that you guys use the Kickstarter in order to fund sort of an old school game, what the fans want.
Yeah.
And so what did they end up clocking in at on the Kickstarter?
Almost 4 million. So
see, there's demand for a game like this. But let's talk a little bit about the game and spread the word out there for you guys. So tell us a little bit about Pillars of Eternity.
All right. Well, like you had mentioned before, it's a Kickstarter-backed game. We're really grateful that we had so many people that really wanted to contribute and kind of get this kind of game made, and really show that there was, there was a demand for this. So we're trying to make the spiritual successor to the Infinity Engine games, and for us that kind of meant a few different things. We wanted like a lot of really cool areas to explore. We wanted like strategic combat, like real time with pause, like the old school stuff. We just wanted like a good story, with like lots of reactive companions and things like that.
And if you guys don't know, and we're talking old school, we're talking Infinity Engine, we're talking what games that you take inspiration
from. Like Baldur's Gate series, the Icewind Dale series.
Really good games, and obviously demand out there because of the 4 million. So can you tell us a little bit, like how many, let's get into detail on the game and the combat. How many party members are you going to have in Pillars of Eternity?
So you can actually have 6 party members. You can get a little bit more than that, like you can summon like companions and things like that. You can also have like an animal companion if you're a ranger. So, I mean, you can actually make it even larger than 6.
The unique thing about this is that you guys know a lot about the game except for the story side of it, but you know a lot about the game and classes and things like that. Obviously wanted to let you guys know to contribute. Is there anything that you can tell us here that they might not know, that backers may not already know through the many updates that you guys have been?
That's the thing, is we put out most of the information, man. The only stuff we don't touch on is the story. That's the only real stuff. Like, they kind of notice
why is that?
Honestly, like the backers, they don't want the stuff spoiled for them. So I can kind of agree.
I'm pretty sure there's some guys out there that want to know a little bit. It's a new IP, obviously. We don't know much about the story. But can I talk a little bit about what I saw in the demo with you? Okay, so we started off in a camp, and you were assigned some tasks. So you go out and do that. Well, I'll let you do it. Could you explain a little bit about what we saw there in the first encounter?
Yeah, sure. So you're actually not feeling very well. So your camp is your caravan is stopped for the night. You have the encampment. And they go ask you to go grab some berries and get some water and kind of make a concoction so you'll feel better. And so that's kind of where it starts, but it leads into some more hairy situations.
So we rolled up, some wolves attack, and there was this one gentleman. What's his name? That he was.
Sparfell?
He's supposed to get something for the party. Motherfucker's lazy. Ends up. His pack's on the ground, he's dead, what happens there? And that's the unique thing that happens when you encounter something within the world. All of a sudden, it switches from the isometric view to a storybook. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we call those scripted interactions, and you kind of hit it right on the head. It's kind of like a little storybook. It's almost like a choose-your-own-adventure type thing. So you get to see like these really cool pictures and images, and it really gets into detail as to what's happening. And again, you can kind of choose and get reactive elements in there as well.
That's a branching paths.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing with the branching paths is a lot of times the branching paths, they really don't matter.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Are your branching paths actually going to make a difference? Is it going to change the world? Is it going to lead to new quests, close off other quests?
Yeah, absolutely. That's obviously something we're aiming for. You even saw it in the demo. Choosing one thing versus another could lead to a companion dying. I mean, something as serious as that.
And this game is PC exclusive, correct?
We're putting it out for Windows, Mac, Linux.
And we won't be seeing it, like, say, on the consoles or maybe mobile or anything like that?
No, we don't have any plans for that currently.
And how long do you think the game, overall, the adventure, would be?
So that's funny. That's what everyone asks.
Yes, of course. We want to know what we're getting the money's worth.
All right, well, we have the typical response, which is, like, long.
Long?
So it's long.
Okay, 6 hours.
It's longer than 6 hours. Well, all right.
10.
Let's put it this way.
We're talking RPG now.
Well, we actually have more maps in our game than the original Baldur's Gate. So it's gonna be a big long game.
Okay.
People are gonna enjoy it.
And what kind of, like, how many characters might we possibly recruit into our party? What's like the pool that you can?
Well, guys, there's a lot of companions that you could choose from. We have 8 that we have announced, so there are at least 8 companions. Also, if somebody doesn't like those companions for whatever reason, maybe they wanted to make a whole party of wizards, for example, they can actually do that too. So they can go out and
create
make their own
stuff.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Go to the adventure hall and just make their own guys
and equip stuff. And when you're out, obviously a big part of these types of games are the loot, finding the new loot, finding weapons, finding items and things like that, and finding the unique combinations between sword swinging and spell slinging. Now, what kind of can we expect when we equip these items and different clothing that things will actually change on the characters?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Kind of good art assets.
Oh yeah, we have a bunch of different armor sets. I don't even remember a game that I've worked on that had this many unique armor sets.
Good.
So it's a lot of stuff.
Good. That's always because that's my favorite part. Finding the loot, making my guy look cool. It just makes the game so much.
Oh yeah,
better.
we even have like the old tinting options, so you can tint like all the different colors. So you can have a bunch of cool stuff like that.
Okay, well, gosh, you won't give me any of the story or anything.
Hey man,
tell
look,
me
look.
what. You
You come and visit us. I'll tell you a little bit more of the story.
Okay. Well, what about How about how can I trick him? one like really awesome thing about the game that you enjoy that you think a lot of people should know that maybe haven't contributed to the Kickstarter that don't know much about Pillars.
Gosh, honestly, I would say this is like the most, just like Infinity Engine experience since those games. Honestly, I tell people sometimes when I first came onto the project for a week or two, like every time I'd see somebody play, I would be like, oh man, they're playing Baldur's Gate. And to be able to like sit down and play that, just get that experience back is just insane.
Yeah, that nostalgic.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
If you're nostalgic for the old school RPGs the way it used to be, because I know a lot of people said, man, they don't make it like they used to.
We're trying to.
Pillars of Eternity then?
Yeah, we're trying to.
Well, thank you so much, man,
for
taking the time to speak with me, and we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.
Scary situations kind of later on with maybe some soul storm.
May I have your attention, please? The exhibit hall is now closed. Thank you for coming.
So he's going on the blooper reel?
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
The exhibit hall
fucker.
is now closed.
Yeah. You know who I am? Anyways.